Hey, what's up everyone? It's your girl Brain Shanae, and today I'm going to be doing my my September wrap up. So please stay tuned.
Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day, I'm gonna make something.
And we're back. So like I said, I'm doing my September wrap up. I was able to accomplish reading 2 books this month, which is an accomplishment for me due to my hectic schedule. So the 2 books that I read, which were amazing, and one is an arc. It is by it's called A River of Royal Blood by Amanda Joy, which comes out in October. I was able to put my review out. I also did a whole video about this book alone because it was so much. It was just amazing altogether, and I loved all the characters. I loved the character building. I love the world. The whole world building was amazing. So if you are interested in seeing more about it, like, I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars because it was amazing, and I really hope that you all come out and get this book when it comes out in October, because it's amazing. Like, I love this so much. But this is the cover, and like I said, it's A River of Royal Blood by Amanda Joy, and I'll leave that video up in the cards of my book review that I did for this book. So if you want to see that, you gotta hit that card so you can see that. But the next book that I read and I love, there was so many twists in there, especially at the very end of the book. It was amazing. It was like, oh my gosh, now I need to read the next one. She needs to hurry up, Rena. Please hurry up so I can read the next one so I know what happens. But it was amazing, and I loved it so much. It literally just came out maybe a week or so ago, and it was amazing. I was crying. I was happy tears, sad tears. It was just everywhere. And so the book that I finished, it says magic comes at a price, and it is Kingdom of Souls by Rena Barron. I give this a 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. This is amazing. I love this book so much. It gets right into the culture of African culture, and I love it so much. I love how they talk about what they wear and their hair and everything like that, braids, coils, what have you. It's just amazing world of Tamar. That's the city that it's located in, and it is amazing about Orisha, gods and demons and what have you. But the main character is Ara, and she has a friend that she really loves. I think she really has feelings for him, Redrick, who is the vizier's son and is the heir. And it was just amazing. A lot of things were happening. Her mother, she always grew up where her mother was always disappointed in her because she did not have magic, but there was a reason for all that, and I can't tell you, but it all happened literally the last 100 pages of this book, where everything started happening and we started to know more and more about certain characters, who they really were, who they weren't. It was just mind-blowing. I know some people didn't like the little romance in it, but you know what? I'm a sucker for romance, and I loved it, so it is what it is. I enjoyed it. I feel like a little romance does not harm anything, because the bigger picture wasn't about the romance. It was about Ara, who she was and who she does not remember who she is and where she came from and what have you. But the gist of it is she grew up where her mother just felt disappointed in her because she didn't have magic and she didn't harbor the magic. But there was a reason for that. But she had to find herself. She started sacrificing everything so she could help her family, help her loved ones. But her mother just decided to do things on her own and started disrupting the city, the kingdoms, everything. And it's just amazing. I don't want to get into too much detail because I do not want to spoil this for you guys, but I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars. And I'm also, oh my gosh, I am so excited for the movie, for Michael B. Jordan, and the one start with the producing of this book. I was like, oh my God, Michael B. Jordan, he is so fine. I love my husband, but he knows that I have my little peoples I like, my little crushes that I have. I have a list, at least 10, my top 10, I have a list. Michael B. Jordan, he's my number 1 on that list, because yeah, anyways, I'm so excited for it to become a movie. There's so many scenes that I really am interested in seeing from this, especially the fighting scenes, of her realizing who she really is. I'm actually seeing the scene of her mother sacrificing the children in this book. That's a scene I really want to see because it's a deep scene, and that's where everything starts happening and occurring throughout the kingdom and everyone and the people within the kingdom. So it was just amazing, breathtaking. mind-blowing. It took my soul, like in his kingdom of souls, like my soul was just it was just, there's no words because it was that good. And I really I love this book so much. I really want to meet Rena. Maybe one day she will come to Columbus. I just really hope I get to meet her so she can sign this book, because I just love this book so much. I literally, I tell you, I cried. My husband looked at me when I was crying. He's like, "What are you crying about?" I'm like, "This scene," and he just rolled his eyes because he's not a reader. But oh my God, this book was mind-blowing. I love this so much. But if you didn't know, if you haven't even read the synopsis or anything, let me read the synopsis to you, because maybe you might be intrigued by it as well. So it says, born to a family of powerful witch doctors, Ara yearns for magic of her own, but she fails to read the bones, fails to see the future, and fails to call upon the ancestors. With each passing year, her ambitious mother looks upon her with ever-growing disapproval. There is only one thing Ara hasn't tried. Charlatans in the market trade years of their lives for a taste of magic without knowing how many each ritual will take. That is a sacrifice Ara would never risk until the kingdom's children begin to vanish. When Ara trades her years for the magic to catch the child snatcher, what she uncovers is even more horrifying. The demon king, who is the ancient gods imprisoned centuries ago, is stirring. If he awakens, his hunger for souls will bring Ara's world to its knees, unless she pays the price for the magic to save it. But even with that synopsis alone, it still does not give you the gist of this book, because it is amazing. I'm telling you, it's a big twist in this book. Like, for 1 minute you're reading thing, and the next, like at the very end, it's like, what? It's that amazing. This would be a book I will reread it once the second book comes out, because I want to reread this one and then read the following book. So that would just, yes, like literally, I definitely recommend this book. The cover is beautiful, even the back is beautiful, and it states, "I once laughed at stories about demons. Now I know that one may walk in my shadow." So this book is amazing. Just look at that. Like, I love this and I recommend it. So these are the 2 books that I read in September. They were amazing. I gave both of them 5 stars out of 5 stars because it was just amazing. These books were amazing, and it just kept me reading. Both of these are page turners. I never got bored. I never just got blah. There was action, constantly action in both books. They don't disappoint. And the only thing I will say, there is a resemblance to both of these books, because even with Evelina, the main character in this book, her mother was showing disapproval of her as well, because she couldn't use her magic. She had magic, but she didn't know how to wield it and how to use it. So there's 2 similarities to both of these books, which I really enjoyed reading, and they both deal with the African culture, which is amazing. You don't get to read a lot of books about African culture that much, but these books were amazing, and I definitely recommend both of these books. So yeah, that goes my wrap up for September, you guys, which I accomplished. Yay. But anyway, if you enjoyed this this crazy video of my wrap up, please give me a thumbs up. Also hit the subscribe button and that bell to be notified when I upload more videos in the future. But thank you so much, you guys. See ya.